If you're over 60, let me tell you something your body has been whispering. Your muscles are getting smaller every single day you ignore them. They don't ask for much, but they do ask for the right fuel, and the right fuel first. Thing in the morning can be the difference between walking strong or shuffling weak. I've seen people who thought it was just aging until they discovered that their breakfast was robbing them of strength instead of building it. You see, when you start your day with sugar and empty calories, your muscles get nothing but a promise that never shows up. But when you start with protein-packed, nutrient-rich food, you're giving your body the bricks it needs to keep building muscle, not tearing it down. It's not about fancy diets or magic pills. It's about putting the right thing in your body before the wrong things have a chance to get in. Eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meats, or a high-quality plant-based protein. That's your power starter. That's your defense against the slow thief called muscle loss. Every bite you take is a vote for the future you want. Strong, independent, and full of life. Don't wait for a better time. The better time is the moment you take your next bites. Start today. Eat strong first, so you can live strong always. If you want, I can also make a more emotional, high-energy version that feels like motivational rally speech, really capturing that, wow, I need to act now feeling. That would make it even more Zig Ziglar-like. If you're over 60, I want you to hear something that might shock you. Right this very moment, your muscles are quietly shrinking. It doesn't happen overnight, but day by day, week by week, they lose strength if you don't give them what they need. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it at first, but one morning you wake up and wonder why you can't walk as far, why the stairs feel steeper, or why your legs feel like they've forgotten what they used to do with ease. This isn't just aging, it's neglect. And the good news is you can stop it, even reverse it, if you make one change starting now. Imagine waking up tomorrow, taking your first step out of bed, and feeling that solid, confident push from your legs. That strength didn't come from wishful thinking or another birthday. It came from the fuel you gave your body first thing in the morning. You wouldn't pour water into a car's fuel tank and expect it to run. Yet so many people start their day with nothing but coffee, sugar, or bread, and then wonder why they feel weaker over time. Your muscles are living, working tissues, and they are hungry for the right kind of food before they get anything else. The first meal you eat each day sets the tone for your energy, your mood, and your muscle health for the next 24 hours. Start with sugar and processed junk, and your muscles get a message that says, we're running on scraps today. Start with protein-rich, nutrient-dense food, and your muscles hear, we're building today, we're getting stronger today. I've seen people who thought their best days were behind them stand up straighter, walk faster, and even get back to doing things they love, just because they changed what they put on their plate first. Eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, lean meats, or even a plant-based protein shake if that's your style. These are not just breakfast options. They're investments in your independence. Think about it. The stronger your legs are, the more you can do for yourself. You don't have to wait for someone to carry your groceries. You can climb the stairs without fear. You can get up from the floor without help. This isn't about vanity. It's about freedom. It's about keeping the life you worked hard to build. The body is amazing. It will respond to the right fuel no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated. But here's the truth most people don't want to face. Every day you delay giving your muscles what they need. You're voting for weakness over strength. Every meal is a vote. Every bite is a choice. You can choose the easy route, the pastry, the toast, the nothing at all, and watch the slow decline. Or you can choose the strong route, the protein, the nutrients, the foods that tell your body, we're still in this fight. And when you make that choice day after day, your legs will carry you further. Your balance will improve, your energy will rise, and people will start to wonder what your secret is. It's no secret. It's just discipline. It's just deciding that you deserve to move through life with strength and dignity. You've got more years ahead, more steps to take, more places to go, and you owe it to yourself to start them on solid footing. So tomorrow morning when you reach for that first bite, remember, you're not just feeding your hunger, you're feeding your future. Make it count, make it strong, and let your legs thank you every step of the way. I can also make this more emotionally charged and storytelling driven, almost like a scene from a motivational seminar. where the listener feels pulled out of their chair. I knew a man named Walter, 68 years old, who used to be the kind of person you couldn't keep up with. He would mow his lawn before breakfast, fix the fence before lunch, and still have energy to play with his grandkids in the afternoon. But over the years, something started to change. It wasn't sudden. It was slow, so slow that he didn't even notice at first. One morning, he realized he was gripping the railing every time he went down the stairs. Then he found himself saying no when his grandkids asked him to play tag. Eventually, just walking to the mailbox felt like work. He thought it was just age catching up, and he told himself, that's how it goes when you're over 60. But one day, during a checkup, his doctor told him something that shocked him. His leg muscles were wasting away, not because of disease, but because they weren't being fed what they needed. That night, Walter couldn't sleep. He kept replaying the doctor's words. The next morning, instead of reaching for his usual coffee and toast, he made himself a big breakfast with eggs, spinach, and a little cheese. He didn't expect a miracle, but he decided he would start every morning giving his muscles what they needed before anything else. Week by week, something changed. The stairs didn't feel as steep. The mailbox didn't feel as far. His legs began to feel solid again, like they remembered who they were. 3 months later, he was running, not walking, across the yard to catch his granddaughter before she tumbled. That smile on her face was worth more than any medicine money could buy. I tell you Walter's story because it's not just his story. It's the story of millions of people over 60 who think their weakness is inevitable, when in reality, it's optional. Muscles are living things. They're not gone forever unless you let them go. Feed them right and they respond. Starve them and they fade away. The truth is, the first thing you put in your body each day is like the first vote you cast for the kind of life you want to live. If your breakfast is full of sugar, empty calories, or worse, if you skip it altogether, you're telling your body we're running on fumes today. But if you start with protein-packed, nutrient-rich food, eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meats, or a quality plant-based protein, you're telling your muscles we're building today. This isn't about following a trend or chasing a diet. It's about making the choice to stay strong for the life you still have to live. I watch people go from struggling to stand up without pushing on their knees to moving with the same ease they had 10 years earlier, and it all started with what they put on their plate in the morning. You may think it's too late. You may think your time has passed, but your body doesn't care about your age. It cares about what you feed it and how you treat it. Imagine being able to walk into a room without feeling like everyone needs to make way for you because you're fragile. Imagine being able to pick up your grandchild without worrying about your back or your knees. Imagine waking up with enough energy to not just get through the day, but to enjoy it. That's the gift you give yourself when you make that first meal count. Your muscles are listening, your future is listening, and the story you write. From here on out is up to you, one bite at a time if you want. I can also make a hybrid version that blends this kind of storytelling with the strong, motivational rally tone so it hits both the heart and the adrenaline. That combination works extremely well for YouTube delivery. Right now, while you're sitting here listening, your muscles are making a choice. They're either holding on to their strength or they're letting it slip away, and that choice depends entirely on what you give them. You may think you have time, that you'll start eating better next week or after the holidays, but I want to tell you the truth. Time is not your friend when it comes to muscle loss. Every day you delay, you lose more than just muscle fibers. You lose energy, mobility, and independence. Once those things are gone, they're harder to get back than you think. I've seen people wait too long thinking they were just a little tired or a little weaker, only to find out they couldn't get up from a chair without help. It didn't happen in a single moment. It happened in hundreds of tiny moments where they told themselves, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. That's why the first thing you eat today matters. Not later, not after you've had your coffee, but the very first thing you put in your body. Your muscles have been fasting all night, and when you wake up, they're ready to take whatever you give them and use it as building material. If you give them sugar and empty carbs, they get nothing but a short burst of energy that disappears faster than it came. If you give them protein, vitamins, and minerals, they get the bricks and mortar they need to stay strong. Think about how many mornings you've already had this year. Every one of them was a chance to make your muscles stronger or weaker. And the scary thing is, you don't always feel the damage right away. It creeps up. The day you struggle to climb stairs, the day you lose your balance, the day you can't lift that box, that's when it hits you. But by then, you've already lost precious time. You have a window right now, today, to stop that slide. It's not about waiting for the perfect plan or a new diet trend. It's about making a single powerful decision to start your day with strength. Eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, lean meats, plant-based proteins. These are your tools. And here's the thing, when you start today, you send your body a message that says, we're building, we're not done yet. Your body listens, it adapts, it responds faster than you think, but you have to give it the signal now, not next month, not next Monday, now. I've watched people turn their health around in weeks, not years, because they refused to put it off one more day. They woke up, they ate for strength, and their lives began to change. You can't buy more time, but you can buy more strength with the choices you make. Every day you wait, your legs are quietly giving up ground. Every day you act, you take that ground back. You have a choice right here, right now, in this moment. If you want to walk with confidence, if you want to keep your freedom, if you want to keep living on your own terms, you can't treat this like a casual suggestion. This is urgent. Your muscles are waiting for your decision. Don't let them down. Feed them first, feed them right, and start the comeback today. Because if you let today slip away, you may never get it back if you'd like. I can now combine urgency plus storytelling so the listener feels both emotionally connected and compelled to take action immediately, which is a powerful combo for you to motivation. I want to talk to you not as a stranger, not as a voice, but as someone who cares about where you're going from here. You've lived more years than you have left, and that's not a sad thing. That's a reason to make every single day from now on count. You know your body better than anyone else does. You felt the difference between the days when you feel strong and the days when you feel like your legs are betraying you. Maybe you've noticed you hold the railing a little tighter when you take the stairs. Maybe getting out of a chair takes just a bit more effort than it used to. You might have told yourself it's just age, but deep down you know it's more than that. Your muscles are talking to you every day. They're asking you for the right fuel, and when you don't give it to them, they can't keep doing their job for you. I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up, you stand up, and instead of feeling stiff and weak, you feel steady. You walk into the kitchen with energy. You go to the store without worrying about getting tired halfway through. You bend down to pick something up without thinking, I hope I can get back up. That version of you isn't a dream, it's a decision. And it starts with what you do tomorrow morning. Not after you've thought about it or planned it out, but the very next time you open your eyes. When you put the right food in your body first thing, protein-rich, nutrient-dense food like eggs, yogurt, lean, meats, or a plant-based shake, you're not just eating breakfast, you're investing in your own independence. You're telling your body, we're not done. We're still strong. You and I both know what it feels like to put things off, to say, I'll start later, and then later never comes. But I also know what it feels like to follow through, to make the choice and keep it. And I promise you, nothing feels better than taking control of your health again. This isn't about perfection. It's not about counting every calorie or following every trend. It's about one thing, making sure that every morning before you put anything else in your body, you give your muscles the strength they need to keep carrying you through life. You've got people who love you, people who count on you, and maybe you told yourself you want to be there for them for as long as possible. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you decide that your health matters, that your strength matters, and that you matter. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to remind you. If you do nothing, nothing changes. If you start now, everything can change. You've got more life in you than you think, and your best years don't have to be behind you. They can be ahead of you, but only if you feed the body that's going to take you there. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, remember this conversation. Remember that I'm talking to you, not your neighbor, not your friend, not someone on the other side of the world, you. The person hearing my voice right now. You have the power to decide what your next chapter looks like, and that chapter can be strong, steady, and full of life if you start it with the right choice at the right time. And the right time, my friend, is now if you want. I can now take this personal tone and merge it with urgency plus storytelling. So it feels personal, emotional, and action-driven all at once, which is the ultimate style for motivational YouTube delivery. Shall I merge them into one powerhouse speech? I'm going to make this simple for you because the problem you're facing doesn't need to be complicated. If you're over 60, your muscles are not the same as they were at 30, but that doesn't mean they're doomed. It just means they need more of the right kind of fuel and a little extra care to keep them strong. The truth is, the solution starts in the first 10 minutes of your day. What you eat first matters more than anything else you eat all day because your body has been fasting all night. Your muscles are waiting, and they'll use whatever you give them as their building material for the next 24 hours. If you start with sugar and white bread, you're giving them nothing but quick energy that disappears before your morning is over. But if you start with protein, real high-quality protein, you're giving them the bricks and more water they need to keep you walking, climbing, and living without fear of falling or failing. I'm talking about eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean turkey, salmon, or a plant-based protein shake if you prefer. Pair it with something green, spinach, kale, peppers, and you've got a powerhouse meal that feeds your muscles and fights off the slow decline that sneaks up on so many people your age. And I'm not asking you to change your whole diet overnight. I'm asking you to make one change, the first meal of your day, because that one change sends a message to your body that says, we're still building, we're still getting stronger. Over time, that single decision can reverse years of slow muscle loss. I've seen people go from struggling to stand up without pushing on the arms of a chair to walking briskly down the street, and it started with the same thing I'm telling you now. Eat for strength first. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need a complicated meal plan. And you don't need to spend hours in the kitchen. You just need to make sure that the first bite you take in the morning is packed with protein and nutrients, not sugar and empty carbs. And here's the part that most people miss when you start your day. Right. It changes the choices you make for the rest of the day. Your energy stays steady, your cravings for junk go down, and your motivation to move increases. That means you're more likely to take that walk, climb those stairs, and keep your muscles working. And muscles that work stay alive. So here's your clear, simple solution. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, put something on your plate that will make your muscles smile. It could be 2 scrambled eggs with spinach. It could be a protein shake with berries and almond butter. It could be a bowl of Greek yogurt with nuts and a little fruit. Whatever you choose, make sure it's rich in protein and full of real whole foods. Do it for 1 week and notice how you feel. Do it for a month and notice how you move. Do it for 3 months and you'll feel like you've turned back the clock. This isn't just about eating. It's about building the body you need for the life you want. And the life you want is worth feeding the right way, starting tomorrow morning, starting with the very first bite you take. I want you to hear me when I say this. Your story isn't finished yet. You're not at the end of the road. You're at a bend in the road, and what you do from here will decide what the rest of your journey looks like. You've got years of wisdom, you've overcome challenges, you've pushed through storms, and that strength is still inside you. It doesn't disappear just because the calendar says you're over 60. It's still yours, and it's waiting for you to claim it again. Your muscles may feel weaker today than they did years ago, but they're not gone. They're just asking for your attention. They're asking for the right fuel, the right movement, the right choices to bring them back to life. And here's the beautiful thing. They will respond if you give them what they need. The first thing you eat every morning is your chance to start that comeback. You can look at breakfast as just a meal, or you can look at it as your daily investment in staying strong, mobile, and independent. Eggs, lean meats, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, plant-based proteins. These are not just foods, they are tools to build the future you deserve. When you feed your body right, you're not just building muscle, you're building confidence. You're building the ability to say yes instead of no, to keep up instead of sitting out, to live fully instead of watching life pass by. Every step you take towards strength is a step toward freedom. And freedom, my friend, is priceless. You've got people in your life who still want to see you strong. You've got places you still want to go, moments you still want to experience, memories you still want to create. Don't let weak legs and lost muscle write the last chapter of your life. Pick up the pen and write it yourself. Picture yourself 6 months from now, walking into a room with your head high, your Step steady, your energy buzzing through you like you're 10 years younger. That future version of you is possible, and the path starts with the choice you make tomorrow morning. You've already proven in your life that you can make hard decisions, that you can stick to commitments, that you can do what needs to be done, even when it isn't easy. This is no different. You have what it takes. You've always had what it takes. And if you've been waiting for the perfect time, this is it. There is no better moment than the one you have right now to take back your strength, to protect your independence, and to prove to yourself that you're done yet. So when you wake up tomorrow, remember this conversation. Remember that the first bite you take is more than food. It's a promise to yourself that you will keep moving forward, that you will keep getting stronger, that you will keep living life on your terms. You are stronger than you think, braver than you believe, and more capable than you imagine. This is your time. This is your fight. And this is your victory to claim. Feed your muscles, feed your future, and watch what happens when you decide to live like the best is still ahead of you.